Okay, if you're in SEO or content marketing, you know that keyword research is basically the ground floor of everything we build. But let's be honest, with AI search booming, that entire foundation is starting to feel a little shaky. So today, we're going to dig into how keyword research is really changing, and we'll give you a brand new playbook for this AI era. Let's jump in. So let's just rip the Band-Aid off and ask the big question, the one that might be giving you a little bit of anxiety. Is your keyword strategy totally obsolete? I know, it's a heavy question, but facing it is the first step. The way people find information and the way search engines deliver it is changing faster than ever. What worked last year could actually hold you back tomorrow. And this slide right here, this really captures the heart of the whole shift. For years, keyword research was about making a list of phrases to target. You'd find a term, build a page for it, and hope to rank. Simple. But the new way? It's not a list, it's a web of conversations. It's all about seeing the connections between ideas and understanding a user's whole journey, not just that one single search. All right, so how are we going to tackle this? First, we'll take a quick look at search as we knew it. Then, we'll really dive into this big shift from keywords to conversations. After that, we'll open up the new AI-powered playbook, show you how to optimize your content for this new world, and finally, we'll talk about how to measure what actually matters now. So first up, let's talk about the good old days of search. We all know the drill, right? It was a matching game. Find a specific keyword phrase and then match your content to it as perfectly as you could. The whole goal was to align a single page with what you guessed a user would type into Google. It worked, but man, was it rigid. Well, that rigid model is officially crumbling. We are now moving from just thinking about keywords to thinking about entire conversations. If you only take one thing away from this, let it be this. It's no longer about static words on a spreadsheet. It's about joining a dynamic, flowing conversation that your audience is already having. The game has totally changed. I absolutely love this analogy because it just clicks. The old SEO way was like being a librarian. You catalog information, and you point people to the right shelf. But the new way? You gotta be a concierge. See, a concierge doesn't just give you a simple answer. They anticipate your next 3 questions. They understand what you really need and give you a complete solution. That's our job now. And the magic behind this concierge-like ability is a concept that Google itself calls query fan-out. Here's what it means. When someone types in a search, the AI isn't just looking for that one phrase. It's fanning out that single query into tons of related, implied questions happening behind the scenes. This means our content can't just answer the one obvious question anymore. It has to be ready for all the other questions the AI thinks the user has. And hey, don't think for a second this is some sci-fi future. It's happening right now. Just look at this data from HubSpot. When you combine AI chatbots and social media, you see that 43% of users are already going there for information. People are already having these conversational searches. Our strategies just have to catch up. Okay, so we get it. The shift is here. The big question is, what do we actually do about it? Well, that's where our new AI-powered playbook comes in. We've talked about the why. Now let's get into the how, the actual tools and tactics you need to be using today. But wait, before you touch a single tool, we have to start with the absolute fundamentals. Your entire strategy, everything you do, has to be anchored to a deep, genuine understanding of your product, and even more importantly, the real problems your audience is trying to solve. In this new era, that's your true north. Okay, once you've got that foundation, it's time to build your modern toolbox. And no, this isn't about throwing out all your old tools. You still need things like Google Keyword Planner for gauging search volume. You absolutely still need specialized tools like SEMrush to see what your competition is up to. But, and this is the key, you have to layer on AI-assisted tools like ChatGPT. Why? Because they are built for mapping conversations. They help you find all those fan-out questions that the old tools just weren't designed to see. It's about integration, not replacement. All right, so you've got your strategy straight. You've got the right mix of tools. Now it's time to optimize for this AI-first world. How do you actually create content that these AI models will understand, trust, and feature in their answers? It really boils down to 3 big things. First, target semantic relevance. That just means focusing on the overall topic and meaning, not just jamming in keywords, because that's how AI thinks. Second, you have to vary your content formats. AI pulls from everything, videos, charts, podcasts, so they're all just as important as your blog posts. And third, build that off-site trust. AI looks for signals all over the web, which makes things like brand mentions and citations even more powerful. So what does this look like in the real world? Here's a quick checklist. Make sure you're answering direct questions right there on your product pages. Build out topic clusters to show you're an authority on a whole subject. Use your blog for all those how-to and best practices guides. Reinforce all of it on social media, because that's where these conversations are happening live. And oh, this is a big one for global brands. Make sure your localization is done by a human. AI can spot a clunky machine translation from a mile away. Now, of course, after you've done all this hard work creating brilliant AI-first content, you need a way to prove that it's actually working. And if the game has changed, you better believe the scoreboard has to change too. Just tracking where you rank for one specific keyword, that's not going to cut it anymore. This quote from Search Engine Land just says it all, doesn't it? Classic rank tracking is on its way out because AI results are so personalized. The answer I get and the answer you get for the exact same search can be totally different. So, how can you track a single rank that doesn't even really exist anymore? You can't. The old model is broken. So what's the new scorecard for success? We've got to start tracking things like this. How often are we showing up in those AI overviews? How frequently is our content being cited as a source? What's the general sentiment around our brand online? And maybe the most important new metric, what is our share of voice on these new AI platforms? Are we even in the conversation? These things paint a much, much more accurate picture. So as we wrap up, I want you to look at your own strategy and ask yourself this one simple question. Is your content built to just answer a single question, or is it truly ready to have a conversation? Because honestly, the answer to that question will define your success in this new era of search.